Hey, what's up, y'all? I just wanted to do a late night Seashell Oracle reading for y'all. So I'm just gonna go through these cards one by one. So you are somebody who is very resilient. And there's just a whole bunch of people floating in the sea and never sinking. That's what this card represents, right? So you just have to be careful to keep your head above water, right? But you are very resilient. You are somebody who loves very deeply. When you find a connection that you feel is worth hanging on to, you just use those little pinchers and you hang on super tight. I don't know if you've ever been like grabbed by a crab, but it's kind of scary. And but their grip is crazy. So this is you, right? You hang on tight to the people that you love, but when a crab feels threatened, it molts his body and it lets go like very quickly. So as quick as you are to love, you're also very quick to let go, and you know what's for you and what's not for you, right? You know what you want and you know what you don't want. And this scallop card represents like all the paths that you've been on. All these ridges that you see, these are different. Those are all the different paths that you've been on. And it also represents like the ending to a journey. So you may be letting go of something right now that no longer serves you. It's the end of a cycle and end of that journey. So this shell is very interesting. It's called the Xenophora. And what this shell does is it cements other shells onto its back, like as a disguise. So what this card represents is you being able to discern like what you take from other people. So for example, you love your friends, right? But you know that sometimes people can say some things that are just offensive or off-putting, especially since you are a very spiritual person. People don't understand that all the time, right? So people may quickly turn you off by just something simple that they say, and you're just like, no, that was shady, and I see right through that. So you're very good at like discerning people's comments and just people in general, right? And when people kind of say things that turn you off, you know that like, okay, they just don't understand, right? And you're able to kind of take things from people that you need to take and then leave the rest behind, right? You just take what resonates for you, as a friend, as a partner, whatever it is, in any of your connections. This Nautilus card represents growth, spirals, and perfection. So sometimes you may feel like you're going two steps backwards, but just know that everything that you experience is an opportunity for growth. You know that. And even when you do feel like you're going backwards, just know that you're always growing and that you are going to come out of it. This diver card represents you just like going deep into your friendships, right? You, like I said, like the crab card, you love very hard and you love very deeply, and but you also are learning to put up your boundaries. You know that when you are being mistreated or just being disrespected, you know to put up your boundaries. And also this card represents just like, diving into the deep sea, diving into other worlds. Like you are super open to learning about people and just like learning. You just love people and you love learning about how the brain works and how people work, and how connections, like how people affect each other, right? So you love to go deep, you love to deep dive. You actually don't know how to um, be any other way but deep, right? You're a very deep person. So the muscle card and the sponge card, they represent like, so muscles filter water, right? They purify water, and they also nourish like humans and other sea creatures, right? So you are very nourishing, you're very loving, and your energy just fills people's cups. Like people love to be around you, and you're able to kind of like transform any negative energy into positive. And some people may like drain your energy too, and they might like, it might leave you feeling very tired. So you just have to be careful of that. And then like the sponge card just kind of goes with that, right? Like you soak up people's energies and then you release them like back into the sea, like the negative energy. So you're very empathetic, you're very accepting, and people love to be around you. You're very beautiful. This seashell is like prickly. It's very fiery. But yeah, you're just like a very beautiful person, and you're very sensual. You're stepping into your sensuality, and people are loving it. People want to be around you, and they love your energy. With this surfer card, a surfer knows like which waves to take and which waves like to just let go, right? If you're just like familiar with swimming in the ocean, particularly like an ocean with big waves, you know how to navigate that, right? You know when to go under the current, when to go over the current. So again, your discernment is very strong. You have the skills to like choose which energies are good for you and which energies are just like not for you, right? You're able to see clearly on that. This sand card represents like building something from nothing, right? Sand is like so just like gritty, like little tiny pieces of sand. You're able to build like something amazing out of nothing, right? It also represents like shifts, good things coming, and yeah, good things coming your way. This sailor card represents navigation, adventure, and travel. So when you travel, you have to make sacrifices, right? Like if you move somewhere or just leave home, it takes a lot of courage, right? So when you leave, when you travel, or when you make a big move, you have to decide like, what am I leaving behind, right? And then what am I gaining? So you might not mind that you're leaving behind like the comfort of being home, family and friends and all that. You're ready for adventure. Like it's worth it to you to take leaps and to just like be spontaneous and live life. You love traveling and you love adventure, so there's lots of travel for you ahead this year. And the last card we have here is the wave card. So waves are, the wind and waves, like it represents forward movement, right? And force. So you gather all types of knowledge from all walks of life, from everywhere, right? You gather knowledge, you gather messages, and then you share them with the world, right? And then you're able to like to help others with the messages that you pick up and the messages that you've collected. Just like this is what the waves and the wind kind of represents, right? So these were beautiful cards. Hopefully this resonates with you and who you are, whoever's energy I pulled in tonight. Please leave a message and leave a comment and let me know if this resonates with you. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.